Oh, look, I could charge the battery and actually record at the same time. That's great. I was worried about that. I have this light right in my face. Maybe I don't need it anyway. Um, God, I feel like I could stand it, and then it's just like, nah. Maybe just, yeah, brighten up the table. No, see, it doesn't work that way. I don't know. Jesus. Okay, I don't care. If you see me, you know what I look like. I know what I look like. I don't even know why I even do it on video. I could just do it audioly. Audioly. Um, what a difference a day makes. Well rested, thank goodness, after yesterday's fiasco, being caught on the train all night. You could listen to that on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can listen to that later. Um, so yeah, I'm back at the studio. I cleaned the whole thing, and I got no feedback. I have no idea if what I've done is actually enough. So there's nobody here to be like, hey, move that over there or whatever. So it's just like I hate when that happens. They just tell you, people tell you things, and you don't even have like an update, or like you don't even know if you did the right thing or did this. It's just crazy. It's just, people are like this now. They don't want to take any responsibility, and then they get mad at you for holding them to task. That's all it is. Society now. People mess up. You push back. They get mad. I don't know how humanity became this way, but I'm not going to get into that. So whatever. I'm just trying to stay. I got too many people telling me what I should do, and it's annoying me a lot because everybody has all these answers and they didn't live the life. So it's like, well, what are you doing? Whatever. I'm staying on course. I'm finishing up my Guggenheim grant second stage, and I'm doing my Pollock Krasner grant all over again for this new project I'm working on. I ordered online a big folding table for the apartment so I could work on there while I'm not here, or whatever difficulty is, because I have to figure whatever's going on during the week. I have to come back and see what the hell's happening. So, excuse me for a minute. And so I got no feedback. But anyway, I'm trying to stay the course. I'm being focused on this, and it's just a lot of a lot of things that I'm hearing now, and all this stuff is just about what I should do, how I should market this. It's like I'm like, marketing's not my thing. I've said it already many times. I'm not t-shirts, I'm not stickers, I'm not buttons. I already have people around me that do that. I don't care for it. And how I should do this and should that, like it's like everything that is being asked of me to do takes an extraordinary amount of time. And and then it leaves less time for the stuff that I feel like I want to do. And I was watching just YouTube crap today. YouTube's great for crap. Just like it's like potato chip entertainment. It doesn't fill you up, but you keep snacking all day. Yeah. And then they were talking about the Marvel movies. I'm not going to get into the movies and stuff like that, but talking about like how there is this quality where this thing that the things don't have a rewatch quality anymore, because it's all like nostalgia bait and novelty. And once the novelty wears off, it's no longer fun. It's some movies, some TV shows, obviously you could watch over and over and over again, and it still feels, not so much that it's fresh, but it's well made, well done, and it has a rewatchability. And art applies to that too. That I understand. It's amazing how many people don't think I don't know things. And it's just like either I act stupid. I think that's probably why I act stupid, or that I don't know my own work. I understand that some of my work has a novelty or gimmick or a nostalgia thing. I'm moving away from that right now. My new project idea has nothing to do with that, and I'm happy to move away from all of it. But that's what 90% of street art has become, is just become novelty and nostalgia. And a lot of things are just gimmicky, And you get your little rush for 10, 15 seconds, and then you're happy, and then it's gone. It's like even an ejaculation lasts longer than nostalgia at this point. I can't gush. I mean, I like Star Wars figures. I like my Transformers. I can gush over it for a good couple of seconds, and then you spend like a ridiculous amount of money on a toy robot you had when you were 8, and then it just sits there on a shelf collecting dust. That's what a lot of my stuff is doing. So but it goes beyond that. It goes with movies, it goes with games, it goes with art right now. And I'm desperately trying to, not desperately, I have an idea to move away from that. And a lot of the art people that I know, well, a few here and there, even with commissions and things like that they got going on, it's all about feeling and trying to bring a feeling back or do this or do that. And it's just like, is anything in the now? Is anything in the present state? So I'm concentrating on that, to create some, not new nostalgia, but just something at least just different. And then it's just like, oh, you should, it's like you should make skits. I'm like, I have no problem making comedy skits, but they take a long time and all day to do, and I'm by myself. And I see these YouTube videos. This is why I do such a lo-fi job on these YouTube, because I can crank these out all day. 10 minutes a pop, I don't have to do anything. I got the background behind me, it's the Freedom Tower. It's the freedom to do art. What else do you want? You got me. You got my, very sexy voice, and that's that. I don't need to have it all with files and special effects and pulling out, movie clips and stuff like that. Everything just becomes this big hodgepodge editing job, and people think that's good. That does take a lot of time to do. But, if you can't pay attention for 10 minutes, then, maybe this world is not for you. And maybe this channel's not for you, or whatever I have to say. I don't have any real wisdom to impart. I'm just trying to say that what I'm doing, this channel's about my train of thought. It's not about ranking on all the art world. Everything that you hear me talk about when I get mad is about people directly. I'm not talking about Hollywood. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about my direct interaction with this society on a daily basis, and how a lot of it gets in the way of what I'm trying to do, and I get distracted terrifically by everyday people that I have to deal with that cause me a lot of strife. That's fair. And that's enough. I don't have to go against any sort of group, whether Republican or Democrat or who cares. I have what I need to do and what I want to do, which is enough. That's enough to deal with in life. I don't need to get onto a cause. I'm my own cause. Be your own cause. Don't worry about everybody else and their causes. There's this whole thing where it's like you need to be part of something larger than yourself. No, you don't. Who makes up this shit, man? I saw something, a YouTube commercial came up where they had these like team building things at Chelsea Piers. I don't want to build a team. Screw your team. It's about the individuality. Life is a dictatorship. It's either your way or get out of the way. Don't this like partnerships and relationships. You know what I hear? I just hear a ship sinking. That's what I hear. So don't get all caught up in all this stuff. You are your larger thing. Be your thing. Don't listen to these kooks and chooches. They don't have no idea what they're talking about. A guy makes a couple of bucks on a stock trade, and he buys himself a crappy boat, and then you think he's successful. Well, let's see where he is 5 years from now. Let's see how he's just on methamphetamines with a gun in his mouth. So you don't have to listen to me either. Believe me, I am not the wisdom tree with leaves of knowledge. But but I know a thing or two about a thing or two, as they say. So don't get yourself all wrapped up in stuff. Just do your own thing, and do it hard and well, and don't get too distracted, and don't try to make it into a joke, and don't make it into a gimmick. Make it something real and that has a real connectivity to it. Real ground game, meat and potatoes art, not this. I don't even know what's going on anymore. All this foo-foo nonsense. All right, yeah, clock ran fast. Some days the clock is slow, and some day the clock is quick. And I'm not gonna just keep. You know what? If this didn't have a 10-minute time limit, I would. If it was 15 minutes, now it's too much. It jumps to the next file. All right. All right, here we go.